Hi everyone, and welcome back to Ask Any Question with the BBC Scottish Symphony Orchestra. My name's Alex Gascoine, I'm a violinist in the orchestra, and it's a great pleasure for me to be chatting this morning to Jonny Hollick, our new second trombone, although not so new these days. Jonny, how long have you been in the orchestra?
I got appointed about 2 years ago now. Actually, my 2-year anniversary in this lockdown period. So yeah, no, it's been a good 2 years. Apart from the last 3 months, obviously. But yeah, no, it's been great. How are you anyway? You good?
We're good, mate. We're very good. We're very good. So what have you been up to?
It's a load of things actually. I've been determined to try and kind of keep things kind of moving, like as in having like a proper schedule. Do you know what I mean? Because obviously the easiest thing that you can do is, oh, okay, I've not got to get up for work, or I've not got to get up for anything else, or teaching, and you can just go, right, let's stay in bed until midday, sort of thing. Well, I certainly could anyway. But I think the best thing that I've tried to do is to try and get myself into some form of routine. So I've been doing a lot of exercise, and I've tried to keep up the practice as much as possible, and I think that has helped so much. Just getting into that kind of that routine really kind of makes you focus on the day coming up. And actually, the days have gone so quickly. I don't know whether that's controversial or that's different to everyone else, but they really have flown by. I don't know how you feel about that, but they really. It's whizzed by. I mean, to think it's 3.5 months or something. Is it 3.5 months, 4 months, something like that?
We went off on March the 16th, didn't we? That was our first.
Yeah. We were supposed to do Brahms 1 or something, weren't we? And then that got pulled, yeah. But yeah, it has. I think getting that routine like straight from the off, especially for like the exercise thing. Because I think if you start doing exercise, it's good for your mental health and things like that. So I just think as soon as we got into that was a good start, and I think I just went on from there.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah, not too bad.
Rumour has it you've been doing some DIY as well.
Yeah, I don't like to talk about it though, because I've made so many terrible decisions. But I mean, I'm in the kitchen now, and this kitchen has seen the worst of my emotions, to say the least. Just you would have thought painting kitchen cupboards was such a hard thing to do. Advice: don't just think that paint takes. Look into it first. That's my advice for painting kitchen cupboards. Else you'll have to put about coats on.
One of your predecessors, Philip Weldon, he always used to say the definition of a successful marriage was somebody that you could wallpaper the ceiling with.
I love Phil. Yeah. I miss him. I'd like to see him soon.
Yeah. So listen, we've got a lovely selection of questions from you, for you. So let's get straight into it. So this is from the Tucson Concert Band, who are celebrating 52 years of music making this season. And they ask, what made Jonny choose the trombone, and do you play any other instruments?
Yeah, that's a good classic question, isn't it? That's good, and I love hearing loads of other people's like kind of stories behind that. Some people will like because they go to it because it's really loud or whatever. But actually, in all seriousness, I was made to play it. And I'm not going to hide away from that. And it's not like I didn't like playing music for an instrument, but I grew up in my dad's youth brass band, and he's been doing that for about 45 years, which is absolutely incredible. It's still going today. And he started me on the tenor horn, so that's how I learned how to play valved instruments. And I think I must have played that for about 6 years. And actually, to be honest with you, Alex, I mean, maybe I shouldn't say this because he'll probably watch this. I didn't actually enjoy it because I was so into my football at the time, and I was training every Thursday, and band practice was also every Thursday. And at the end of every training session, we were playing like this match, which was arguably the best part of training because we got to play properly. And then I'd see my dad walking in from a distance, and he'd coming to pick me up. And actually, to be honest, I wasn't happy about that because I wanted to stay instead of had to go play the tenor horn, you know.
Right.
But then about 6 years, the band were kind of desperate for trombone players because there were points where there were no trombone players at all. And he was just like, "You're going to play it." And I'm like, "Well, okay, well, great. You know, thanks for giving me the option, but actually, since then, I haven't looked back, and I loved it as soon as I started playing it, and
Right.
that's the kind of story behind that.
Yeah.
Do I play any other instruments? Yes, I think if you play in brass bands, you always have a dabble on each of the brass band instruments, don't you? So actually, I did play a lot of, and obviously played tenor horn, but I played a lot of cornet before I actually came to college, which was probably a bad idea for the chops. But yeah, so I played valved instruments, and actually I do double on euphonium, so in the orchestra, as you know.
Yeah.
I also play euphonium when required, and also play alto trombone, but I don't get to play that very often because obviously I play second more often than not. Although I have had a couple of opportunities to play it actually in the orchestra when Simon's had time off. Yeah, and actually playing, like growing up, I played the drums a lot because my eldest brother is a professional drummer. So
Right.
that was a big part of my life growing up. And
Very
yes, all the time. Actually, at school, I think I played that considerably more than I played the trombone. At school, I don't even think I played the trombone at all. I think I played the drums more often than not. But yeah, so I suppose all of those instruments combined. But certainly recently, it's just been trombone and euphonium, mainly in the orchestra.
Very good. Thank you. So that you sort of answered Michael Hamilton's question as well. So he was asking you, was it a teacher or a band leader that made you play the trombone, and was it because you had the arms for it?
Well, yeah, yeah. People say that, but like, I don't think, is that ever a reason? I don't think it is. Obviously, I'm 6'4". Obviously, you can't tell from this video, so I do have quite long arms, but that definitely wasn't the reason. I think I was like 13 or 14, and actually I wasn't very tall, believe it or not. I had a big growth spurt later on in life, but no, and I didn't have a teacher until I went to college, so it was just mainly my dad. My dad was the influence on me picking the trombone. That was it, basically. Right. No others.
So Callum Foley and Tony on Instagram, they've got some questions about repertoire. So what's your favourite orchestral piece to play with the whole trombone section? What's your favourite orchestral piece that you just, love to play? What's your favourite non-classical piece to play?
Non-classical piece to play? That's a good question, especially the non-classical one, because I'll probably struggle with that one. But if I go back to Callum's, my favourite orchestral piece, I think it's pretty impossible, isn't it, to single certain orchestral pieces out, because what's brilliant about classical music is that the variety is so vast that you just got so much to choose from, right? But I was thinking about it, and I think Bartók's Miraculous Mandarin is probably one of my favourite pieces to play, and almost to listen to as well, because I just think it's so exciting, isn't it? And also you get to see whoever's playing bass trombone, you get to see them sweat, don't you? Because they open the whole thing, and that's quite a funny one, because you look to these and they're just like practicing it relentlessly. They open the whole piece. So it really starts with what they have, and then you kind of bounce off that, and it's got some really beautiful moments in it. And also the second trombone, first trombone, got this big antiphonal kind of question and answer kind of battle in a way, which I think is really exciting. And then later on, actually, it goes into this like big kind of trombone section, kind of glitzy, very, very rhythmic again, section, and that's also really exciting. And I just think it's just such a great piece. Also, it's the piece I played just before I got offered the job, so it's kind of sentimental as well.
Yeah.
So that's probably my favourite piece to play. But then also, if you think about it as a section, then you think of like the Mahler symphonies. Mahler II, I'm going to point out particularly, because there's just some heart-wrenchingly beautiful moments for the whole orchestra, but like the trombone section has got a really good time in that one, like really beautiful chorales, some really nice little solo moments, but it's just, that is an absolute corker to play. But I'd say arguably those two, but there's just so many. Like I love playing Macmillan, and actually being up here is perfect for that, because obviously we do quite a lot of his stuff. Like the Isabel Gowdy, I just think that's an absolute massive.
Isabel Gowdy is amazing, isn't it? That big trombone section, letter N.
It's unique, isn't it? I love it. It's amazing. I'd love to play that more. Yeah, so I think those two. The next question about the pop, not the pop, sorry, it could be pop, non-classical piece. To be honest, I don't have one, which is probably not the correct answer. But I suppose I do listen to like a fair amount of non-classical stuff. I listen to a lot of jazz, but when I first went to college, I actually hated listening to classical music. I was very much a kind of like still massively into my sports. I was a bit of a skater. I listened to a lot of rock music actually. That's kind of an influence of my older brother, I think, because obviously he's a drummer, so he's a rock musician as well. And yeah, so I didn't. But then, as soon as I got into college, I just was transfixed by classical music, and that was it. And that's all I listened to basically. But I suppose if I'm going to play it, a lot of the funky stuff. So if you go to like function, like wedding band, they're going to play a lot of kind of like Stevie Wonder and Michael Jackson, for example. They've got a lot of great kind of brass writing in those. And, you get a different, smaller instrument out, and you really rip them out, sort of thing. So I think I'm going to go for that. I'd probably like to play more poppy stuff or like funk stuff, like Stevie Wonder, for example.
Yeah, very good. So Julie Webb asks, life of a professional musician changed overnight in March when the lockdown was implemented. What new skills have you had to conquer? New opportunities opened, and how are you keeping motivated?
Well, like I said, that question is a really good one for musicians, isn't it? Because as long as we've got work constantly coming in, you're constantly motivated. Yeah. It's like I suppose the new skills have you had to conquer, apart from personal life of trying to upcycle my kitchen, which has become a stressful nightmare. New skills, I suppose we've been doing a lot of recordings, right?
Yeah, the technology's been a big deal, isn't it?
Oh, just thinking if we didn't have technology in this time of our lives, it'd just be so different, wouldn't it? I was going to say it'd be a disaster, but the world has survived without this sort of technology before, but obviously we're so used to it. I suppose the recording stuff has been quite a new thing for me. And it's great. I've actually really enjoyed, because we've done obviously loads of those.
We've done loads now, haven't we?
Yeah, which has been really good, right? And hopefully everyone's enjoyed them as much as we enjoyed making them. But yeah, I think, and as you've gone through, you kind of learn how to make sure you get like a better recording each time, some sound quality, things like that. That's new skills that are completely like I've never kind of used before, and like started doing things in takes, which I only associate with recording sessions at work or wherever. So I've started doing that sort of stuff, which has been quite interesting to find out about. Keeping motivated, yeah, as I said at the beginning, I just think I don't actually find the motivation thing that hard. I only do when it's absolutely roasting outside. It's like 27 degrees, which I think it is today. And yeah, okay, fair enough. I'd probably rather be outside, right, like everyone else. But I think I just love playing the trombone. So I don't really struggle with the motivation side of things. But certainly like I said at the beginning, I think it's certainly having a routine has prepared me to keep myself motivated. And plus, we've had so much to record. The motivation was almost there anyway because of that. So I not really struggled with the motivation thing as much. Just keeping a routine, I think, is the best way to keep that going. For me personally, obviously it differs for everyone else, but.
Yeah, no, I agree with the routine thing. So I've got two quick questions to finish with. Right, so Julie also asks, right, quick question. Which is the best curry house in Glasgow?
I'm going to say two. I'm going to say two. One down the road from where I live in Partick is the Little Curry House, which I think is unbelievable. But I think maybe next level is Mother India Cafe. I mean, I don't understand how that can be beaten. You agree, I know.
Absolutely. Other curry houses, of course, are available.
Yeah.
From Ben, another quick question, last quick question. Ben Thompson, who of course was our former section principal tuba in the orchestra, who's now, I believe, in the London Symphony Orchestra. So he hasn't done much since he left. The back row of the BBC SSO brass is like a boy band, but which member of the Spice Girls do you most relate to? I don't think this is I don't think you need to think about this too much, Jonny.
No, so I think I'm Sporty Spice or Baby Spice, Simon's Scary Spice, and then I'm going to go with Andy's Old Spice. Oh no, that isn't one. No, it's fine. Hopefully they're
yes. So looking forward to seeing you with them when you go back to work.
Yeah, I know.
Scary Spice and Old Spice, very good.
Oh, come on. I bet they do. Yeah, I'll probably go with that. But thanks, Ben.
It's been lovely chatting to you. It's been really lovely chatting. And you're going to play for us now, aren't you? So you're going to play Elegy for Mippy by Bernstein, I believe, which he wrote for his dog. Brother's dog. He wrote for his brother's dog, didn't he?
Yeah, his brother's dog. Apparently so, yeah.
John, nice. Really lovely to see you, mate. Really lovely.
Take care. Hope to see you soon.
Yeah. Cheers. Thank you so much for doing this. It was brilliant.
My pleasure. My pleasure.